So the article then continues on. A different kind of drama is said to be brewing behind closed doors on ESPN's First Take. The show's headliner, Stephen A. Smith, who's used to being the one stirring the controversy, appears to be at the center of it this time around. Smith is reportedly seeking a $7 million raise on his next contract with the worldwide leader once his current deal expires by next year. According to Steve Brenner of the U.S. Sun, the uncertainty surrounding Smith's future at ESPN has created a tension-filled environment on the First Take set. Smith and his co-analyst Shannon Sharpe have created a rift between them and the rest of the show's staff, per that report. Crew members describe the current First Take atmosphere as very frustrating and on the verge of becoming an impossible situation, quote unquote. Smith and Sharpe are doing whatever they want, an anonymous First Take staffer told Brenner. Shannon had his extension deal, and it's good for him, but you can really see that they both care about their deals more than about their coworkers and colleagues. I used to enjoy going to work, but right now I wake up in the morning not wanting to go. Smith has recently given his bold predictions on Caitlin Clark and Bronny James during the recent ESPN First Take episode, but it seems as though Smith's future and the future of the show may be just as controversial. And then essentially that's what that article had to say. Now, what's interesting, the interesting wrinkle about this is the fact that they're mentioning Shannon Sharpe. That Shannon Sharpe is being included in this situation there. What are my thoughts about this report? Stephen A. Smith has never made it a secret about his views on getting paid. He has said that he wants to be paid. I think if I'm just going to take a guess, I think he wants to be the highest paid personality at ESPN, and most of us view him as the face of the network, right? So you have that situation there, but I think you're also dealing with a case where you have, again, two big egos. And when you have that going on, these are the type of things that are going to happen. Now, in terms of what some of these coworkers are saying, in terms of, them looking after their contracts and all of that, that doesn't surprise me as well, right? Shannon Sharpe has been a lot more money orientated over the last few months. I mean, Shannon has been a millionaire for God knows how long. But ever since he got with Stephen A. Smith, he's been flexing and talking a lot about his money, which is fine. If that's what you want to do, by all means, have at it. But I think that some of that has rubbed off on some of Stephen A. Smith's character has rubbed off on Shannon Sharpe. Stephen A. Smith is very arrogant, in your face. He rarely apologizes for things. That's the reason he's in that back and forth right now with Willie D and Faison Love. He can rarely say that he's wrong. And I think some of that is rubbing off on Shannon Sharpe, where they're like, they feeling themselves. You remember when Deion Sanders and his team was doing well, they were flying private all over the place. These are full-blown, celebrities. And I think that got to their head, and whether it's good or bad depends on your interpretation of it. And maybe that's also kind of spilling out onto the show, where maybe some of the crew members are like, well, this, you guys going after your money and all of that is fantastic, but what about the rest of us? And number two, what about the substance of the show? Now, what's been interesting is that Stephen A. Smith and these guys have been off for some time. I think he recently dropped the show where he said he was on break. I didn't see him on ESPN First Take yesterday, and Shannon Sharpe as well. I haven't seen Shannon Sharpe anywhere recently. Maybe they're all on break. Who knows? I know Skip Bayless and these guys have come back and all of that. But, I guess we just have to wait and see what comes of this story, if I'm being honest with you. As you guys know, Stephen A. Smith's contract is set to expire next year. I think the offer that he got was $18 million, and he's looking for a $25 million deal over 5 years. So that's what, $125 million contract. Is ESPN going to give him that money? I don't know, but Stephen A. Smith certainly believes so. And certain people believe that he does deserve that money, right? Stephen A. Smith, to be fair, has had a #1 show for God knows how long.